Hello, welcome everybody. I'm just grabbing all of our parties online. So give me a minute here. We're going to grab Instagram. We're going to get them online. Give me 1 second, everybody. Okay, welcome. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope this finds each and every one of you well today. I'm so excited because I wanted to answer a ton of questions that we have about NAC. And for a lot of you, you're like, what is NAC? And so I want to kind of detail what it is, some amazing benefits of this powerful amino acid. It's a naturally occurring compound our body manufactures, and we can actually get it out of our food sources, and we can also supplement with it. The reason why I'm going live, and actually I'm live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So if any of those platforms cuts out for you, you can find me on another one. But welcome to all of you joining live, and these will be also available on the replay. So I welcome your comments. Myself and my team will be monitoring comments and making sure that if we don't address you live, that we will get back to you. But this is essentially what has happened in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. There's been a massive freak out of NAC, regarding NAC and the accessibility. So essentially, this is what's kind of prompting this conversation. Amazon pulled all accessibility to you ordering and buying products on Amazon, any type of NAC product. If it had NAC as an ingredient, it did not matter. They pulled accessibility. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean the FDA is banning the product? And I'm going to kind of dig into our history with NAC, the history of NAC in medical use. We use it in the emergency rooms. We use it for a multitude of things. And more presently, this pandemic that we're in also has experienced benefits from NAC. So basically, welcome to all of you. If you are new joining, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button or follow us on any of these platforms, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. As a naturopathic physician, my name is Melissa, if you haven't met me. I work with individuals addressing the root cause of illness and disease. And often I will recommend N Acetyl L Cysteine. So that is what we know, or shorten it down. It's a long term. We shorten it down and call it NAC, N-A-C. N for the N, A for the acetyl, and then we just kind of get rid of the L and say C for cysteine. L-cysteine is an amino acid. And so the derivative is essentially we're dealing with an amino acid or a semi-essential amino acid. And this particular amino acid is awesome for limiting oxidative stress. In this live show, it's very short. I have to wrap up at 12:30 because my son's last day is today and they have a virtual award ceremony. So we will be short and sweet, and I will be answering questions and comments as they come through. But essentially what I want to do is kind of detail, I believe, 10 different items or benefits of using N Acetyl L Cysteine, or NAC. And I will kind of pepper in how I use it. I also detail this in my Taming Your Thyroid program. And for all of you on Facebook and YouTube, there's a link down below where you can access that. If you are dealing with Hashimotos, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, or Graves' disease, we will use NAC in a therapeutic form, therapeutically, to resolve a lot of the imbalance. But essentially, the benefits of NAC are amazing. It is antioxidant, meaning it is going to address any oxidative stress. It is, so not only is it an antioxidant, it is an anti-inflammatory. It is an immune booster. It's great for an assortment of things. And in fact, it helps to support detoxification, and it can benefit our brain health. So I want to break all of that down specifically. And some of you may fall into a category where like, oh my gosh, I should be taking this. Just know that if you want to consume NAC, it's still available. We are selling it in our Full Script store. So Full Script has not pulled it. There is not a ban yet. We've had this situation happen before with this. There was a scare in the summer And this happens frequently, but I like to disseminate information, legitimate, founded information instead of scaring people. So Amazon scared everybody, but let's dig into benefit number one. It is a powerful, powerful booster of glutathione levels. So when we're looking at the functionality of NAC as an antioxidant, how it's potent is it by consuming it, it will increase your glutamate and increase your natural synthesis of glutathione. Glutathione is produced by your liver. It helps you deal with toxicity, environmental toxins, internal toxins. It is going to tamper down basically this is an anti-inflammatory. It's going to tamper down inflammation. It's going to calm any autoimmunity or inflammatory states from autoimmunity. So like lupus, Hashimotos, I mentioned before, any liver disease, heart disease, any aging processes, immune imbalance, it's wonderful for that. So that's number one, it increases your natural glutathione levels. Number two goes in hand with that. It helps your body and your liver particularly detox properly. What this means is it helps to prevent a lot of drug side effects, so pharmaceutical side effects. And I work with a lot of patients who are taking 8, 10, 12, 15 pharmaceuticals. Some of my cancer patients are on really high-end capsulated chemotherapy drugs. Sometimes they're doing topical chemotherapy, radiation, whatever it might be. NAC is utilized in this capacity. And this is where we see if you go to an ER or you're admitted to a hospital and you have an overdose of Tylenol, which is very common. Tylenol can cause liver damage. What you would get in the hospital setting by your ER doctor or ICU doc, depending on the level of your severity, you would get an IV dose of NAC. And so this is where NAC has, in the traditional medicine, meaning hospital, medical, MDs, we are going to see this being utilized in this capacity. And that is something that is the driver behind this whole freak out with NAC in its utilization or categorization as a drug. So keep that in mind. And so it's great for those kind of side effects. So if you're taking pharmaceuticals, NAC can help offset some of those side effects. I first want to pause. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button on any of these platforms. And I also want to address some of my regular viewers. I see Pat. Hey, Pat, over on YouTube, and Taryn G and Terry. And I saw Lori P. Awesome to see all of you wonderful viewers and ladies. And Marilyn, welcome and hello. So let's dig into the third benefit of NAC. Specifically, NAC can increase your glutamate levels. It's a regulation in terms of, or it helps regulate your glutamate levels. Glutamate is a neurotransmitter. You guys might have seen some of my video content. I do routine neurotransmitter testing. Your adrenal glands are part of that process. So if you deal with adrenal burnout, adrenal fatigue, imbalances in cortisol, you may have some glutamate imbalances. Well, NAC can help bolster and regulate that. This is great for categories of any type of brain disorder, meaning OCD, bipolar, schizophrenia, a lot of the kind of psych diagnoses from the scaling of OCD minor to schizophrenia. We can see the utilization of NAC help to balance out that key neurotransmitter that then calms some of the natural psychological impact from this brain imbalance. There are some additional brain benefits, and I'll highlight some research in a few steps here. But if you also experience cravings, so let's say you're trying to cut carbs, sugar, nicotine, marijuana, drugs, we even see this with opioids, and even for some of my individuals that are dealing with pain, and we're switching them from pain meds to natural medication, we will use NAC to help calm and curb the cravings. Okay, so that's wonderful. Number 4, in this whole year, this pandemic year, one of the things in all my live shows, I recommended NAC all the time because we see significant benefit for NAC improving the functionality of the respiratory system, your lungs, your respiratory function, folks who have asthma, cystic fibrosis, pulmonary fibrosis, any of COPD. And then now long haulers can benefit from utilizing NAC if they're experiencing some of that lung respiratory dysfunction. Everybody's symptoms a little different. One of the things that I do find is that for individuals who have asthma and wheeze or have chronic cough, NAC can calm that down. NAC is very receptive, like the cells in the lung tissue is very receptive to NAC. It's very receptive to glutathione. So that kind of enhancing of glutathione is where NAC is beneficial to lung and respiratory health. Medically, we have seen inhalers, kind of nasal inhaling of NAC. So again, that's a medical utilization. That's a categorized drug utilization of NAC. And I'm seeing lots of questions. I will make sure I address these as I get to them. I'm going to talk about dosing, how to get them, where to get them, all that good stuff. Okay, so, and again, our current pandemic is definitely NAC would be on my healing protocol, my post healing protocol, even months later. Number 5, going back to the whole brain, the glutamate, the neurotransmitter that benefits and increases and gets regulated by NAC. We see, and this has been studied, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disorders can benefit by utilizing NAC. It can slow down the loss of memory in Alzheimer's. We also see it tame down tremors. And when I was in St. Pete, we had a multitude of Parkinson's patients, and I would couple up an assortment of our offerings like acupuncture, nutrition therapy, massage, and PT type of work with our Parkinson's patients. And always we prescribed and recommended NAC as part of their protocol. So I want to highlight that. One of the things within the Parkinson's community, we will see NAC increases dopamine levels. Now, there's a whole bunch of other benefits there. Low dopamine will generally mean depression, or even we'll see some disorders of anxiety and panic attacks. So NAC can definitely be a benefit to that. Definitely brain friendly. Now, I think we're on number 6. So number 6, it's great for men and women in improving fertility and helping balance out, particularly for women, PCOS. And you guys know I've been very descriptive. I experienced that and have, when you have PCOS, it's a condition that you're always going to be addressing. But NAC was a big part of my own foundational balancing of PCOS. But we also see it for infertility in men when we see a decrease and reduction in sperm count. So if you have friends, family, children that are trying to conceive, adult children, and sperm count is decreased, or we're dealing with a gentleman who's maybe had some cancer treatments and we need to increase the sperm count, we will use NAC in that category. Part of the thing that it does is, again, that oxidative stress that it offsets can help benefit the PCOS particularly. Now, the other thing, coupling up with PCOS, number 7, NAC is great for regulating blood sugar. And if you have watched a lot of my content, I talk a lot about insulin resistance and glucose intolerance. Well, NAC helps open the body's ability to absorb and utilize insulin and glucose in an effective, efficient way so that we're not storing it. With PCOS, an underlying current of imbalance is going to be the situation of glucose intolerance and insulin resistance. So when we combat PCOS, NAC's balancing of blood sugar is really beneficial. And we will see normal medical interventions for fertility be blood sugar balancing medication. Metformin's a big one. Well, guess what? NAC can be your natural alternative. I love it. And it's anti-inflammatory. So a lot of the inflammatory states that occur with insulin resistance, we see that decrease. Okay, number 8, heart disease. Awesome for heart disease. Awesome if you have high cholesterol, particularly elevations in LDL and triglycerides. NAC will offset and reduce the oxidative vascular and cardiovascular damage from LDL. So that is greatly studied. There's a lot of research that you can find online to benefit heart disease. And you guys know that's a huge thing that runs in our family. I'm always about how do we benefit and improve our cardiovascular health. Now, number 9. So one of the things in this, last year, immune function has been a huge area of focus. Even before that, within my clinic, I work with folks that are dealing with Epstein-Barr, different immune disorders, weakened immunity, slow immune response, or an immune system that's been wiped out for an assortment of reasons, Lyme, cancer, whatever it might be. We will see an increase in the natural killer cell activity by utilizing NAC. And NAC is awesome for helping to also create cancer cell apoptosis. That's a fancy term for cancer cell death. That has been researched extensively, and we do see that the benefit of that. There's also a balancing of your natural immune system. So for the categories of individuals who have experienced any imbalances in their immune state, meaning they have autoimmunity, then that can be really beneficial to helping recalibrate and calm down some of those immune responses. A hyperactive immune response is often weak in one area, and that's where NAC can come into play to provide balance. So the other thing, number 10, is it's just globally an anti-aging supplement, from decreasing the aging process of your skin, your soft tissue, your muscles, your internal organs. It's awesome and so beneficial. So if you're looking for something that is going to help your cells be youthful and turn over faster, NAC is beneficial for that. Now, I've had a lot of questions, and I see some questions on here. We've had many people ask, okay, so can I get this in food? And absolutely, it's in the root of NAC is cysteine, L cysteine. That's an amino acid. So any of the kind of denser protein foods, and this can be plant-based and animal product or animal-based proteins, are going to have great benefit and will receive or will help your body to absorb and enhance your NAC levels. But there's a caveat. You also need accompanying balanced levels of folate. So folic acid, you need to have the folate levels, B6 and B12 balanced in your body to fully absorb and assimilate and articulate NAC, your own natural production. Most of Okay. Hey, everybody. Yeah, for some reason this dropped. It's very weird, but we're still going live. So I might have to kind of cut and edit that. Okay, so we're back. So where we left off, for some random reason, my fully charged laptop shut down. Food-based absorption of cysteine to help increase your NAC levels can be consumed by legumes, so protein-dense foods, legumes like lentils, beans, spinach, bananas, salmon, yogurt, tuna, sunflowers, a lot of seeds. So the one thing that is really critical when we're consuming these products is that you want to make sure that you are also taking a multivitamin, you're making sure you're getting your B complex in, and you're also taking a very particular digestive enzyme so that you can break down the protein to be able to have that assimilation. So that's one of the reasons why we recommend NAC supplementation, even though you can consume foods that increase those levels and you can, your body naturally produces it. It tends to be challenging to have all of those levels. You have to have folate, you have to have B6, B12. So on YouTube, I'm going to show you guys. So this is one of the things that I really wanted to kind of highlight here. So Instagram, you're not going to see this, but this will be on the replay over on YouTube and Facebook. One of the things that has happened, and this is really kind of what's kicked off this whole situation. Before this, but back in, I'll scoot over so you guys can see me. Oh, you know what? I'll scoot over here. Oh, I can't. Okay, so anyway, I'm showing a letter that came from CRN, which is the Council for Responsible Nutrition. And there was a letter to from the CRN to the FDA. And in the summertime, let me just go back to this. In the summertime, friends, we had a situation where there were 7 vendors, 7 brands, seven supplement brands that had labeling and provided NAC to the market. A lot of it was sold on Amazon. These 7 brands promoted NAC for a particular use. And what happened was we saw a response to this. We saw a response from the FDA. Now, more recently, so this all happened in July of 2020. Then fast forward to like last week, Amazon moved with removing NAC totally, all NAC containing dietary supplements from its website. So in the FDA's Office of Dietary Supplementation Program, ODSP, they acknowledge that they're reviewing the information around the ingredient. And I say ingredient because NAC is an antioxidant, semi-essential amino acid. It's an antioxidant, but we also have the medical community. NAC was deemed a drug way back in the early 1900s. I believe it was like 1926 or 1928. NAC was approved for Tylenol overdose, and it was also approved for in a respiratory, like inhaler form, for some of the lung conditions. So that's where we get into the sticky situation. We have this compound that has been deemed a medical grade labeling, if you will, to be used. And so now we have, is it a drug, right? Or is it a compound that can be sold as a dietary supplement? So that's the kind of struggle that's happening right now. The FDA hasn't banned it. We have seen, I believe it's an overreaction. So I'm going to share on YouTube and Facebook. I'm posting this more detail. So the FDA put out a warning to 7 different brands. And basically the warning letter says this: the FDA has concluded that NAC products are excluded from dietary supplement definition. They reference all these different FDA guidelines. And it goes back to a section in a certain act of September 14th, 1963. And so the question is NAC being marketed as a dietary supplement? And so that's kind of where we're at with NAC. But Fullscript, we still sell it. It has not been pulled. We're monitoring it. Fullscript is on top of it. The other thing too, some of these 7 brands that were listed, and I thought I had a clip of them. They are companies that marketed this product in a way that it definitely towed the line of marketing. And so it's definitely something where, you know, if you're too bold in terms of what you're putting out there, and, you know, yeah, there's certain claims that can't be made, all that stuff. So that's what happened. Yeah, Lori's right over on Instagram. She's like, it's just like the C Bumblebee D, because I'm on YouTube. I'm not even saying that word. But yeah, so NAC is awesome. I love it. I love it. And it's still available on FullScript. I will tell you, there was a run. It was like the toilet paper crisis, the more recent fuel crisis here in the South. There was a run on NAC. I've got a protocol up, and I will post on Instagram on the replay. I have three brands that we have in stock. And so you can grab those today. Dosage wise, I saw some questions about dosage. So your daily dosage is going to be anywhere from 600 to 1800 milligrams a day. There is a caveat. If you're on blood thinners, you want to avoid. It is going to slow the clotting process. And so, you know, that is something, it can thin your blood. So be very aware of that. Those are some disclaimers that's really necessary before you start dosing on your own. Obviously, talk to a pharmacist. If you are taking any type of heart medication or blood thinners, post-surgical type of supplementation or medications, those doctors will have a better idea of understanding what that is. Am I concerned? No, I'm not. I honestly think there are two waves of like NAC freakouts. The summer was a COVID-related NAC freakout because it is part of our natural protocol. A lot of us are recommending NAC because of that respiratory enhancement. We see the glutathione levels that are in the respiratory cells increase and help turnover. The reduction of mucus, coughing, you know, all those kind of horrible side effects of this virus or symptoms. So that was one thing. I think Dr. Mercola posted in October of in the fall sometime in 2020, another kind of letter freaking out, the FDA is going to ban it. I don't think we're going to go there. I think, you know, we've had 7 brands that towed way close to the line. And, you know, there's very distinctive ways of marketing these products. And I want to see, I feel like on this letter, it actually highlighted, like they listed, they marketed it specifically, for hangovers. So that's really, oops, wrong one. That's what really made things kind of have the freak out moment with Amazon. You know, the hangover products, because NAC's, again, a detoxer. It helps support liver function. Glutathione is going to obviously decrease that whole process of, you know, symptoms from toxicity from alcohol and other things. So those are the brands that got hit. None of the brands that we sell in FullScript, because again, they're high quality, they are above board, very neutral in their marketing. And obviously folks like myself are the ones that are recommending them out. Most of the time you can't find them on Amazon anyway. We have no problem with any of those brands. And so none of what we carry in FullScript has been pulled. There is a lot of backstock, but again, I've got my protocol. It's public. You can click on the link down below and Instagram on the replay. And I'll post in my stories too, but they're available and you can grab them. But I hope this showcases for you so many of the benefits of NAC. I love NAC, and I didn't even get into it, and I can in future shows, but like POTS and mast cell and kind of inflammatory states, hives, you know, major states of inflammation, swelling, just that kind of body reactivity. That is triggered by some sort of toxicity or irritation, allergen, or body-related overwhelm. NAC can benefit that. So there totally was a run on NAC, but it's available. And I hope this was helpful. I think I answered a lot of your questions before. Michelle, definitely check out. I'll text you. I'll send you a DM with that link. We do have it. It's available. Claire Labs is one of my favorite. They've got stock, and I actually had them research. We've got a lot of stock. So let's see. And I've seen Catherine And let's see, Catherine, and there was somebody else, maybe it was on before. Message me directly. I don't know if you have my email. We have had some weird server glitches. Every quarter we kind of update our service. So if it was a digital product, we will get that out to you soon. Sometimes Google has the spam filter on. Sometimes that gets crazy. But yeah, so happy Thursday. Happy last day of school for all of us parents. Woo, it's exciting. I have an awesome nanny that's lined up to help take care of Gabriel. And so I'll be showing up for all of you again all summer long. It's not going to be like it was last summer. So, so great. But anyway, it's wonderful seeing each of you live. I hope you are all doing well. Thank you for tuning in. For some of you, this is a little bit impromptu. Going to try and do Thursday live shows. That tends to work well, and that's when I'm going to have nanny coverage. So just DM me and let me know if that, or comment down below. And please share this content. It totally helps get the word out. The unnecessary freak out, it's human nature to freak out and like panic buy. There's no need to panic buy, but definitely I want to share reasons why you should consider NAC in your life. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks, Instagram. As always, it's great. And I've got to get to our award show. Gabriel's getting an award, and they didn't tell us, but I have a feeling it's going to be for like Kind Soul. Oh, basketball fan. Thanks for the super chat. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Be well, be safe. Happy summer. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.